What's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I think we're actually 9:02, but whatever. And we are back from Norfolk, Virginia, back from BKFC 39, fresh off another one. Mike, I'm ready to talk to a big heavyweight and recap a event. What about you?
Yes, I am ready. I am ready to talk about the weirdest card that I've been to so far for BKFC. Just by far the weirdest. And I know people have watched this card, but I don't know if everyone knows about all the weird stuff. You know about some weird stuff. Maybe you don't know about all of it. Maybe you do. But we're going to find out all about it tonight.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to everybody that's already in the chat room. Big Ben, our boys over at Extreme Fan Page, BK Fan Page are always here, absent-minded. Joe Ivy, Susan Walker, I don't know any Tony Loco Soto's in the house. Everybody, what's up? We are excited. We got a really nice guest coming up in a second here. He's gonna be fighting Stay Down. Josh Stay Down Watson at BKFC 41 in Denver, coming off a huge win over Greg Hardy. So we're going to be talking to Big Ben Rothwell in a few minutes here.
Stay down on
our knuckles
with pen and look like a complete goober.
Yeah. Before we do that, let's go ahead and run through our sponsors real quick, and then we'll get the show on the road. Here we go.
Norcom Mortgage and Mish are delivering the American dream to those who serve America, helping veterans obtain the dream of home ownership. They offer programs that include no money down, no first-time homebuyer requirement, 100% cash-out refinances, rehab loans. They can help you purchase a home, purchase a condo, refinance an existing mortgage, create a dream home with rehab loan. To learn more, visit www.michaelmish.norcommortgage.com or call 860-884-2103.
You heard it right from that beautiful voice right out of Rhode Island. You guys got to
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are you? You got to call Norcom Mortgage. You got to talk to Michael Mish, 860-884-2103. He will answer the phone and he will help you guys out with any mortgage loans you need. Any kind of loans, rehab loans. You got to do some reconstruction on your house. You can call that man up. He'll hook you up. Dude, I'm wearing the shirt right now. I'm wearing this Underground King Condemned shirt.
Yeah,
I gotta tell you,
man,
I've been taking the condemned supplements lately, and they're pre-workout. I swear to God, that Convict is some legit shit, man. I took some yesterday. I've been taking it the last few days, and yesterday I took it in about 35 minutes after. I could feel it from the back of my neck all the way through my fingertips, and I felt like I can run through a fucking cinder block wall. I swear to God. That shit was crazy.
Good. Do you get the tingles and all that good shit?
Yeah, it's real good. So I've been taking that and the NO, the nitric oxide complex that they got, and I should know all the names that are. I'll do better at this, but I swear, go to condemnedlabs.com, use promo code Mike and Mish, and if you're a gym head, you're gonna love this shit, man. It's really strong quality stuff. And you're talking to a guy who's been in the Army for 22 years, has been a gym rat most of his life, and I've taken every supplement under the sun. I stamp this shit with my stamp of approval. We have the BKBetShark. Dude, did you see BKBetShark's bet ticket from this past weekend? Good Lord Almighty. This dude batting 1,000 in Norfolk, Virginia. He cleaned house. So what you guys got to do is go follow the BKBetShark on Instagram, click his link, follow him, listen to his words of advice, because if you do, you're going to catch some money in your bank.
Oh yeah.
And oh man, he didn't miss. He was like parlays, straight ups. It was.
I'm looking at it right now. Won 718, 490, 216, 413, 186. Oh yeah, it just keeps going.
Yeah, I don't know what his total bet ticket was, but that dude went home happy that night. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
We
Oh,
also have a whole bunch of bare knuckle corn snacks here that we could start giving away to our loyal listeners and our loyal viewers.
corn snacks.
Go to bareknucklecornsnacks.com and check out all their options. They got a bunch of different flavors, and it's all popcorn. It's all flavored popcorn, and it's delicious stuff, man. You got to check that out. And last but not least, of course, I got the hat on tonight. Mike's got a hoodie. Guerrilla Warfare Apparel takes good care of us, takes good care of the first guest of the evening tonight. Go to Guerrilla Warfare Apparel. Oh, check that out.
See that?
Yeah, that's a juggernaut right there on your shirt.
That's right.
Yeah, go to GuerrillaWarfareApparel.com. Use promo code Mike and Mish and get 15% off your purchase. All right, man.
Hold on 1 second. Oh, and by the way, stick around, right? You're going to stick around today. And you want to know why? Because the show's the fucking best. That's why. Continue, Kyle.
Are you going to talk about what we're going to give away?
Yes, I am. That is what I was going to say.
Let's talk about what we're going to give away a little later. Courtesy of our homeboys over at Extreme BK fan page. You guys see this poster on the screen right now? You will get that exact poster signed by every single fighter on that card that evening. We will be giving that away a little later tonight. Haven't quite figured out what we're going to do to give that away, but that is a pretty badass poster. You got 2 world champions on there, 2 pioneers in the sport. It's fucking.
You get to remember the weirdest card in BKFC history, as far as I'm concerned. That's what I'm labeling this. The first in the state's history, and also the oddest events happened. It's just, I'm telling you, it was like it was haunted in there. It's like Roanoke American Horror Story, right?
All right. So since we're waiting for Big Ben, let's
and he is coming on. We talked to him.
He is. He said he's running about 5 minutes behind right now. There was like this. Let me tell you something. The Norfolk, Virginia crowd was fantastic.
Ooh, baby.
That crowd was fucking awesome. They were super loud. They were on the edge of their seat about everything. They were reacting to every single move in the ring. Boos, screams.
Right fight, the comeback, that shit had people just losing it.
But now the crowd was amazing. The place was cool. The happenings, what took place inside the arena as far as the fights went, we had like a little of everything that night, starting from the fact that Brian Maxwell goes in there and fights Dan Bunyan, a dark match. They had we
didn't even know it was until like way later.
We got to the arena and found out that the fight had already happened like 20 minutes before we got there. And we're like, what the hell? All right, let me try to pull it up on YouTube or on the app. And can't find that fight anywhere. It's like literally you cannot find that anywhere. On Tapology, it does have the fight on their record. So it does show, and you go on the app, Brian Maxwell's now 1-7. An 0-7 fighter. Now here's the thing. I know that people were fired up about this fight. And I can totally get it. On this, if you see the 2 fighters in person, you should think to yourself that these 2 guys should never step inside of a fucking ring together, right? Brian Maxwell, although going in there with an 0-7 record, he's a well put together young guy who looks like he can throw hands. He's gone in there against Francisco Ricci and who else did he fought? Like Yuli Diaz. He's fought a bunch of killers, man.
He fought Leo Bercier. He fought you said Yuli. He fought Jared Warren. He fought Chad Johnson in boxing.
Dude, Francisco Ricci. So I'm saying like Brian Maxwell does not have a good record. He was 0-7, but he's fought a bunch of tough dudes, right?
He did fight some tough guys.
So when the people that are online going fucking matchmaking, and I'm not sticking up for the matchmaking because we know them. If you take a guy that doesn't have any wins at all, and you put him up against a guy who doesn't have any wins at all, then who the fuck are you to tell them that they can't make that match? You're fighting an 0-7 guy against an 0-6 guy. You know what I mean? It was what it was. And if you ask me, Dan Bunyan didn't belong in that ring. He did not belong in that ring. That dude.
Dan Bunyan's got a win somewhere on his record.
He's got a couple amateur.
Yeah,
He's
like
got two
KO,
amateur ones.
couple KOs in this. Yeah,
you guys, you understand what I'm saying though? Like on the surface, it makes perfect sense. You're putting a guy who's like 2 and 3
wonky,
dude, 2 and 3 as an amateur, 0 and 6 as a fucking pro against a guy who's 0 and 7 as a pro, and that's what justified them making that match, I believe. That being said, that dude, I know he said, I know that he told us after, and listen, I'm not the guy's fucking coach, or I'm not his whatever, but he said he's going to move to Virginia and he's going to start training with Reggie Barnett at his gym, and he's going to get better and he's going to come back and win. And maybe that's the case, but from what we know and saw, I don't think that guy should fight again.
First, yeah, and I was talking to Russ today, and I was telling him something like this, and I'm like, I would never tell anyone what to do with their career, and I wouldn't expect anyone to listen to me because I'm not a fighter. So you can do what your heart desires, whatever you want to do. You're an adult, you do it. But as me being an adult and being through a bunch of shit in my life, I would say it's not in his best interest to fight. That's my final answer.
That's your final answer. No, and I agree 100%. But congratulations to, hey.
I said that about Brian too. And the reason why is because he's super nice. He's a super, super, super nice guy. And when we meet him, he's like a lovable guy. He's a very nice guy. He's a guy that you want to stand there and talk to and be around. And I just would hate to see him continue to take a beating to the head, and it was never leading anywhere. Because ultimately, what's the goal? It's to win, right? And it's to make it to the top and get money and get whatever. But some people just want to fight and say, fuck it. And some people, that's, you can't change their mind. So, it's what they love.
Yeah, it was a crazy way to start off the night. So
so history was made, right?
Oh, history. So I wanted to just give Brian Maxwell his props, because whether you want to admit it or not, anybody who's paying attention and listening, when somebody does something that's the first time ever, that's history.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets mentioned in the history books.
Big Ben says he's here, but I don't see him.
Where is he?
I don't know.
Let me
but anyways,
do a little something here.
So Norfolk, Virginia was the first BKFC, first Bareknuckle sanctioned event in the state of Virginia's history. So that was history. On that card, the very first fight of the night was Brian Maxwell versus Dan Bunyan. That is the very first sanctioned Bareknuckle fight in Virginia state history. That's considered history. Brian won that fight, so he won the very first sanctioned Bareknuckle fight in Virginia state history. Am I making my
first
point?
First
win,
fight, first knockout.
Yep. First fight on the first event, first TKO, first win. That's history in my eyes. And anybody that wants to believe that can believe it, or they can fucking continue to not understand what the fuck the word history means. All right. With that said, I'm going to have to mute myself and message Big Ben, because
send it through his email. Did you send it through his email?
Yeah, I'm going to message him right now.
A little email in right there. You know what I'm saying? Right there. So listen, that's the first weird thing that happened, right? Second thing is the Wright Casey fight. That Wright Casey fight was insane. Started off, and Casey, if anybody doesn't know, Bellator fighter, was just absolutely just housing Wright. And he was doing a really good job. Wright just kept throwing one punch, move out, one punch, move out, one punch, move out. And we were like, what the hell is going on? And you could almost see that there was that second, if he just followed up, it looked like it was going to connect every time, because Casey was kind of getting a little bit, a little relaxed in there, not really guarding himself, but it didn't happen for a while. Casey ends up knocking Wright's fucking mouthpiece like 6 rows into the stands, and they somehow get it back into the ring really quick. And I'm not even sure if he rinsed that shit out. If anybody did, they just threw it back in his mouth. It probably fell in a bunch of bear and all fucking hair on it and all that nasty shit. Who knows? Hopefully not. But this dude comes back and fucking blasts Casey. And that dude had no idea that he was in a bare knuckle fight anymore. He ended up getting up and trying to go for a double, and then tried to spin kick him, tried to super ninja spin kick move, and the ref broke it up. But here's the crazy thing about it, right? Is I don't think that he should have ever been allowed to keep fighting, because he gets up, and you want to know what? I do have this video here that I can play it real quick. Let's add this to the stream. Let's check this out for everybody that's watching while Kyle's doing this. Let's do this. Here's the hit. All right. Now, this dude's got creamed, you know. A little wobbled. It makes it. So what? Do you want to go? I don't see an answer there. He doesn't even have his mouthpiece in yet. And now he's like, whoa, hold on a second. I'm not even ready. Gets cracked again. Oh, shit. What the hell is that? That's a spin kick move. How crazy is that? The ref asked him if he was good to go, and he didn't even answer him. He just was like, oh. And then he was like, oh, shit. He didn't even have time to put his mouthpiece in because I don't think he was ready. He thought that the fight was going to get stopped at that moment. You know what I'm saying?
That shit was definitely wild. He definitely knocked him back to MMA for sure. Like, he was not sure where he was at that point. Yeah. All right, Big Ben is in the weight room now. Yeah, dude, that shit was crazy.
I thought that Casey thought that the fight was going to be stopped, and that's why he didn't put his mouthpiece back in. And then the ref's like, okay, ready to go. And you could see the look on his face. He's like, oh, shit.
Dude, as soon as he put the mouthpiece back in,
he got hit.
Wright got hit him with a 2-piece. It was fucking crazy. Then the double, then the spinning back kick. That was just weird thing number 2 that happened that night. Let's go ahead. We'll put BKFC 39 on pause for now, and let's bring in one half of the heavyweight clash that is going to be taking place. BKFC 41 in Denver, Colorado. Our friend Big Ben Rothwell. What's up, dude?
What's up,
Ben?
Yes.
Are you sitting at a table that's like 9 feet tall right now?
Yeah.
It's bigger than normal. Yes.
It's funny. Yes. It makes you look pedestrian sized, man.
Yeah.
What's going on? How are you?
Not too bad. I was in the rush to get on here. You know, we had scheduled a time, and I'm running a little late, so I tried not to make those kinds of things happen. But April 29th, it's got me fucking putting in overtime. So
good to hear.
That's awesome, and I apologize for that because I don't know what happened. You said you were in the weight room. We didn't see you at all. So unfortunately, this kind of shit happens sometimes.
Yeah, as soon as I clicked into this, I seen you guys. It was not happening before. So 10 minutes, I can't take all the blame.
Yeah, it's all Mike's fault. Anyways,
all right,
dude.
Yeah, fuck you, Mike.
God damn it!
Don't blame God. He didn't do it. It's your fault.
Yeah,
Mike, son of a bitch.
So Ben, you are now the number 3 heavyweight in the BKFC heavyweight division.
Number 3. I thought it was 5. Now it's 3.
No, you moved up. I think they updated today. So Arnold Adams sits number 1, Gustavo Trujillo sits number 2, and you're number 3. No offense to Gustavo Trujillo.
Number 3.
I don't believe he should be at number 2. But with that said, you got yourself a guy who I don't know if he shocked everybody at Knucklemania 2, but he went out there at Knucklemania 2 and did his thing with a gigantic guy in Greg Hardy and was kind of impressive in it. What'd you think about his performance at Knucklemania 2, your upcoming opponent?
Hey, it's exactly what he needed to do. He didn't like everybody was overlooking him. And I said when I did a prediction, I'm like, hey, look it. This is what they expect. I go, Hardy's some crazy, favorite, 10-1, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Matt, if I'm a betting person, I don't know any better. I'm going to bet that. I go, but it'd be catastrophic if he loses. So I was kind of like pumping that. And Watson did that because they're heavyweights. Like, there's things that I'm not ready to talk about my feelings of all this because I want to get in there and do this more before I act like, oh, who are you? I've only been in there for 3 seconds. Who the fuck am I to say anything? So that's fine. Let me do my thing. Let's get in there with Watson. But I can tell you this: Watson he thought he was overlooked, and I think he's right. I think Greg Hardy really didn't give him any respect, and boy did he pay. You can't fucking act like that. I've been doing this too long. We're too big. Even some guy closes his eyes and lets one rip, and you eat it. That's no fucking good, man. We're heavyweights. So Watson, I warned him immediately. I posted to him. I said, that was awesome. It's going to be you and me. I go, don't fucking worry, man. I am not taking you lightly in the slightest. You're going to get the whole fucking package. So he gets to look forward to that.
Nice.
Has that cat been sitting there the whole time?
It's funny. He wanted to sit here, and I was like, buddy, like this is this table. He'd love to get pet up here. So
you know, it's funny.
Too happy with you guys.
Kyle asked you about that table, and he said that it's a big ass table. And I saw the chair, and I was like, oh, he's sitting in some kind of like Game of Thrones chair with the fucking fur on the back of it, like
it was a cat.
Some Vikings chair. It was a fucking cat. I thought it was like some kind of rawhide or some king shit. But it was a cat.
I'm a cat guy. It's just how it is. I know there's so many dog people on this planet that they're like look down on cat people, but I've been that way since I was born. I think there's a lot of things with personalities that's funny. My other friends there's not many. The other friends that are cat friends, dog people are like their own thing. It's pretty funny. Which brings me up, and they have that fucking Hasbullah picking on a fucking cat on media day. I'm like, dude, I would punt that dude off a bridge. Like, you fuck with a cat. I wish the cat would have fucking just whack.
I don't even know. I don't know what video. I'm gonna have to look that up because Hasbullah does piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, him basically just abusing an animal. Like it was pretty rotten. And then the UFC's making trading cards of them and shit. Like,
come on, I don't even understand that. I think we talked about this.
It's demented. They're literally those guys have like made him like this little clown show circus, and everybody's like with it. And I'm like, I don't know. It's different.
What I think what is weird is he's like 20 years old, right?
Right.
I think he's 20. It's weird that they hold him like a baby and like kiss him on his head.
And stuff I said. He's like a circus act.
What the fuck? Yeah, he's a grown. Well, he's a little man, but he's a grown man.
And then there's the other side of, hey, this guy's life expectancy super short. They just made him a bigger star than he ever would have been. He's enjoying life. Hey, that stuff's cool. But I just think they're getting carried away with it, and it's becoming I don't know, it's getting out of hand with some of the stuff.
Big Ben would spike him like a football.
Yeah, don't fuck, like, be funny and do your shit. Don't fuck with a cat, man. Now you cross lines. Now I'm gonna have to bare knuckle you,
dude. So we saw you a few times after your debut, right? We saw you at the last Denver card. You were out there.
That was a great card.
I know that your first fight in the BKFC didn't last all that long, and I don't remember how long it lasted. I know it didn't make it out of the first round. Was it like 40 seconds into the first?
Even less, I think.
Was it less than 40 seconds?
It was less than that. It was like freaking 18 seconds or something like that.
Because of the 10 count.
Yeah.
I'm not talking shit. Just watch the fucking fight. They say go. I throw 15 punches. He falls, and then the count starts. I counted. I'm like, holy fuck, is that even right? It's like 3 to 4 seconds, and then he drops. It is what it is.
Yeah, you know what? There's been a lot of things in that heavyweight division involving counts lately. Well, I wanted to ask you about that, but in
Belcher and Adams fight.
Yeah, I want to ask you about that, but to finish that up, that was October that you fought Bobo, right? And it's been 6 months now or 5 months now. I know you had been wanting to get in, and I thought you were going to get on that Knucklemania 2 card. Were you originally supposed to be on that Knucklemania 3? My bad, Knucklemania 3 card. Were you originally supposed to be on that? And then they got to talking to you about this April 29th Denver thing. Is that what happened?
To be honest David Feldman's doing his thing, and nothing was ever. My management was just like, "Hey, we could see Knucklemania. I'm going to push for that," but nothing was ever promised to me from David. He just kind of said, "Yeah, you're gonna fight," but he's always doing his thing. And then I started blowing him up, and I'm like, "What the? Oh, you got Greg Hardy fighting on Knucklemania, this and that." And then he told me, "All right, this is what I got planned." And I'm like, I'm in. I'm like, I'll wait for that. So when he told me about all this, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm in. So yeah, I had to wait a little bit, but I think this is worth it. To me, this is the absolute biggest bare knuckle event ever.
Without question. It's absolutely insane. I shared a graphic today of the main card, and that main card top to bottom, from the Brandon Gertz fight on. I'm sure the prelims are fine too, but Brandon Gertz versus Christian Torres to start off the card. And then from there on, it's just Chris Camozzi.
Yeah, Chris Camozzi going to put on a great fight. And
yeah.
They got the other heavyweights, so it should be action-packed, man.
Just wild. Yeah, and Copeland's fighting Aurelius. I mean, but with this one, this event's going to be the biggest one the company's ever put on, the most eyeballs that have ever been on it. But it's also going to open up doors for someone like yourself at sitting at number 3. Like, do you expect, if you win this one, your third fight to be in a title or at least a title eliminator?
I'm old school. I know some of these people like win 4 decisions in a row and think they're the number one fighter and demand title shots. And it's like, that's shit to me. It's like, you got to go out and finish fights and be exciting. And I do what I'm supposed to do, and I hear the reaction of the crowd that'll tell me, God forbid you don't perform well, you gotta check yourself. That's just me. That's how I am. I hold myself to that kind of standard. It's a huge opportunity for me and Watson. This is, there was a big question of who's going to get the fight, because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure Greg Hardy and I were supposed to fight. Like, that was the fight they were building. Watson effed that all up. Good for him. You know what I mean? Because it was exciting in itself. Like, there are a whole bunch of headlines. He earned this fight, and now this is it, man. He set the platform. You show my last fight, you show his last fight. I think it's an easy sell, and that's it, man. This is a huge opportunity for both of us. So
right,
I know what I need to do. Now I didn't even know I was ranked that position, so that tells me, there's things to be done here. Like, perform, and things are going to happen.
Another really big name, heavyweight boxer signed with the BKFC, or signed with Smith Brothers and Jackson Wink, and supposedly will be making their BKFC debut sometime soon. Alonzo Butler. Do you know who he is? He used to.
I seen that about him. He's like 34-3 as a boxer.
Yep.
He
has 26. He has 26 knockouts out of like 35 wins. He used to be Deontay Wilder's training partner. So, the guy's got experience. He's 43 years old. So, most of the good heavyweights are right around the early 40s right now. So he's right about that age range where everyone at the top of that division is sitting right there. I wonder what he's going to be able to do in that division. I wonder if that's a guy that maybe you could be looking at sometime down the road.
He's talking big shit already. He's going to he said easy work. Cool, man. I'm glad you think that. So he's already fucking got my, I already got a chip on my shoulder with him on that. So for me, that's absolutely when I fight the best. So I'm glad he did that. It makes it easy. And it's about just fucking get in there. We've watched already plenty of people talk. They're gonna this, they're gonna that, and I'm about due, And I got in. I felt confident, but I tried to not say too much, and I used my actions to show that this means a lot to me, and I feel really at home in this. So he's gonna get in there with somebody. You'll see what he can do.
Yeah. The fight with Watson and you, is this going to be like the one with Bobo, like 285, 290, or is it more closer to 265? What are you guys talking about doing?
Yeah, 265 is out. I'm just gonna fucking clear that up for you guys right now. This fight is gonna be set at 289.
Okay.
From what I'm when Dave tells me the actual new heavyweight limit is going to be 285. So after this fight, I'm 285. That's the new cap. He says he doesn't want another division or anything like that, so he needed it down. So 285 is where the new heavyweight limit's going to be.
I was just going to ask you
about it, but it is, we'll make it work.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of the last time we talked to you, we talked all about that. There was a lot of complaining about the weight and this and that. However, it was shown that it said 205 plus, although when the contracts come out, they said 265 for title fights. But if it's moving to 285, it is what it is. There's a lot of people that can be fighting, and that heavyweight division, we were just talking about the top 5, and there's a few guys that are only they're just off of a loss, and it would be Arnold Adams, right? Dylan Kleckler and Frank Tate. And those 3 guys are like right at the doorstep of either got a title shot and lost or right at the doorstep. So it's like all these people are right there. And then you're on the up and up. Josh Watson's on the up and up. And then it's like a crazy division. I feel like everyone is like neck and neck right there at the top.
Yeah, it's time to separate myself from the pack.
Right.
Did you know Keckler and Burns is fighting?
Yeah,
this weekend. They're doing a boxing match, so that should be interesting.
That card is insane. Did you see that card? The people that are on that card?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. It's in Milwaukee, so it's like my
nice
back door, so I'm going to go check it out.
I don't know how they did that. Like, personally, like, I don't know how commissions work, and I don't know how like sanctioning bodies work, but like, how do you sanction a debuting pro boxer against a 66-5 legend? Like,
they looked at total fight experience. A UFC champion held weight. It was a UFC champion.
Yeah.
Combat sports is going to fight even though they're doing his, you know what I mean? If it was the other way around and they were doing MMA, they'd still probably approve it because Jones is a champion boxer. You know what I mean? So they're using combat sports as a whole. In Wisconsin, there's a lot of things that went down different. Like Bareknuckle, we're on the verge of getting it sanctioned here, which would be awesome in Wisconsin. But right now, kickboxing used to be like a Wild West, and then some things happened, and kickboxing is officially sanctioned. Boxing is officially sanctioned. MMA officially sanctioned. So what that means is it's all in an umbrella of combat sports. And what happens is they'll look at, this guy did kickboxing. He has this kind of a record. That helps guys they'll make MMA matches based on that experience.
Yeah, it's a crazy. I never thought Showtime Pettis versus Roy Jones Jr. would ever be a thing, but that is totally
gonna win it.
Yeah, boxing. I would probably never pick
against Roy Jones.
Like an MMA fighter coming in making his pro boxing debut against Roy Jones Jr. I don't think I would pick against Roy 100 out of 100 times.
If Roy Jones,
I don't even care if he's
serious.
50.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What do you know? What was Jones's last fight?
Mike Tyson.
And what happened?
He got beat up pretty good, and I think that Mike Tyson probably could have taken him out if they weren't like in an exhibition, because he was hitting him with some heavy shots. And I was like, I feel like Tyson could have blasted.
Don't you guys remember though? Don't you guys remember watching that fight? I remember watching that fight and said Roy Jones Jr. didn't even train for this.
That's what I was saying.
Mike Tyson looked like he trained his ass off and came in there in like phenomenal 53-year-old shape. And Roy Jones looked like he rolled off the couch and did not even look like he trained a bit for that fight. Maybe he did.
What do we have to believe that anything changed?
True. So maybe he won't train for this one too. Okay. So
we don't know if he does. Yeah. If he didn't train for fucking Mike Tyson. I'm gonna fight Mike Tyson. I don't give a fuck. I'm fighting fucking Mike Tyson. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck? Like,
that's a good point. So
if you don't train for Mike Tyson, then who the fuck is anybody else? Like,
right?
Yeah.
You
got a good point there. Hopefully Roy looks.
If he trains, it's going. Okay. Let's see what Roy Jones can do. But I don't know. As you get older, it gets harder and harder. And if you didn't train, whenever the fuck that fight happened.
Yeah. What was that, like 2 years ago too?
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck? He's only gotten older.
Yeah, so it's just another fight on that card that I thought was kind of interesting is Jacare and Vitor because Jacare has never really been a boxer. Like he's never been
I mean, I would suspect Vitor gonna jump all over him.
right. There's a lot of crazy fights on that card. I like a lot of them.
That Tyson fight happened November 28, 2020.
2020? Holy shit. Wow.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
Not good.
All right. Well, Big Ben, how do we see this fight with you and Josh Watson playing out? The one with him and Greg Hardy lasted what, 2 rounds? Did it go into a third or was it second round? I don't remember, but either way.
It's right at the beginning of the second round. 10 seconds of the second round.
Okay, so it made it to the second.
So how's this fight going to go? It's going to go that you're definitely going to tune the fuck in because you don't want to miss it.
Yeah. You know what? Josh Watson is so funny because he's huge. Like, you've met him in person? Have you met him in person?
Not yet, but he's 290 pounds.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's a huge
fucking big dude. Like he was talking about people think he's little. I go 290 pounds.
No, he's huge, dude.
Fucking big dude.
He's a monster. He looks like a dude that would like compete on the old ESPN powerlifting competitions, like lifting Atlas stones and shit.
Yes,
he's built like that. He's a huge dude, and like he's going in there against 2 guys in a row that tower over his ass, and I can't imagine what's gonna happen on April 20th. I can't wait, dude.
It's crazy too because he's like 6 feet tall. He's not like 6'5". You know, he's 6 feet tall and he's 290. It's like,
yeah, it's a massive dude.
Yeah,
and he's a bartender in fucking Vegas. Everybody. So, anyways, Ben, we're gonna ask you a couple off the wall questions right quick, and you're a massive dude. We just talked about the size of your opponent, the size of you, what's going to happen April 29th. But being 6'5" and 300 pounds, what is the biggest pain in the ass for a person your size in your like everyday life? What is it? Because I don't know. I'm 5'9", 200 pounds. I wouldn't know.
Biggest pain in the ass. Paying big money to go to a fucking roller coaster park and you can't fit on a single fucking roller coaster.
Oh, dude,
that shit just happened to me. We went to
that sucks.
We went to SeaWorld in Florida. Dude, every roller coaster looks fucking awesome. Every one of them you could walk on. The place we just picked the day that it's dead.
Yeah.
Walk on. I get in the roller coaster, clink, clink, and it's like that far from the fucking every one of them. So that was a pain in the ass. That sucked.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. That's a KO every time. Don't go up against a roller coaster.
That fucking sucks, dude. I was thinking I'm like, Mike, what do you think he's gonna say? Like airplane bathrooms? I would think an airplane bathroom would be
that's pretty good. That's top 3.
Yeah, because
airplane bathrooms bad for 5 foot 8.5. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
150 pound Mike Hunnell. So I can't believe
I'm taking a piss and I'm like this.
Sideways. That shit's hilarious, man. All right, number 2.
What would your ideal breakfast look like?
It's got to have eggs.
How many eggs? We talking a dozen?
It's a good pile. And see, sometimes this is what I do eat. I always have like an omelet with a few eggs over medium, because of the healthy fat. Because I eat egg whites, but I put stuff in it for whatever. So I like eggs. It could have like an omelet, a couple eggs. I love potatoes. I love crispier hash browns or American fries. I don't mind the bacon and sausage if it's got it good, and that's pretty good. And I don't mind, like if I'm just like going out, I don't mind a waffle, like a waffle on the side. I'm not a pancake person.
I went to a place Sunday with my kids. We went to go see Shazam 2, but before we went to this diner in Mystic, Connecticut, and I ordered what they called the Hungry Man breakfast, and I didn't read it all the way. And I ordered it, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just take the Hungry Man, eggs over medium, whatever. And I just didn't like really think too much on it. So they bring it out, and I got 3 plates, and I got eggs, bacon, sausage, ham, hash browns, French toast, and biscuits and gravy.
French
That-
toast.
There, that's my breakfast.
I love them.
Yeah, and I was like,
I love a good gravy when it's done.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Okay,
That's a
I
good
tried to put it down, but I didn't get all the way through it. I put a good effort in.
You want to stay awake, right?
Yeah, I didn't want to pass out during the movie. So, all right, number 3. What do you think is the most underrated Adam Sandler movie of all time?
Underrated?
Yeah,
A
underrated.
lot of his shit's trash these days. Like,
Yeah, it is.
okay, so when I went as a kid, I was like 13, 14. Just smoked pot for like one of the very first few times, and my brother's 7 years older than me, took me to see Happy Gilmore.
Oh,
And I still to this day, it's one of the very few movies that I laughed out loud the very first time I seen it. And I'm like, that fucking movie was hilarious. And I don't know, does it get rated high? Because none of the movies really ever, none of his movies did that for me like that one. That one was like the shit.
I would think. I think that's one that does get its props out of his catalog. But like, dude, if you want, like, he did a movie called "That's My Boy."
Yeah,
and
I'd never watch it because it sounds stupid.
it is.
It is stupid.
Yeah,
but it's rated R.
Gave you a warning.
It's rated R. He went from PG-13 comedy to like raunchy comedy. And he throws on this Boston accent, and it is the dumbest fucking movie, but it's hilarious all the way through. I think that one's a very underrated one. So if you want to check
I have to watch it because it's underrated.
You don't have to watch shit, Ben. You're big Ben Rothwell.
You said you laughed. You said it was dumb, but you laughed.
Oh, I laughed. And we laughed. Vanilla Ice is in it.
I don't know if this is underrated, but don't mess with the Zohan, is it for me?
Yeah,
when people talk about Adam Sandler movies, like that movie is a movie that I feel like no one really mentions often, but it fucking makes me laugh. And I did the same thing, went to the movie theater when I was younger with my friends, and I was dying laughing, like crying.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. Crying.
Stupid to me.
It is dumb, but I saw it when I was 16. And
most of his shit is dumb. Hey, if you have kids, do you have kids, Ben? You got kids? Yes. No.
You want to hear their? Yes. Quick answer. Yes. I got my 21-year-old, my 20-year-old. I had when I was 20, so I have her, and then I got a little boy who just turned 2. And I got another one on the way.
Holy shit!
Congratulations.
41, and I fucking started all over.
Wow! Congratulations and good luck, my friend. Jesus,
Ben, I'm a little jealous. I want another kid, man.
But my son is awesome because I'm honestly, when I had my daughter and then I went to militias and all the fighters, it was always girls. You're a fighter, you're going to have a girl. Once in a while, you see a guy pop out a boy, but not. It was just like, for me, I'm like, if I ever have kids, it's going to be all girls. I just accepted it.
Yeah.
And then my wife and I don't be sad, but we went through three miscarriages. Because we were trying. So it wasn't like I wanted to wait till I was 40 to have a kid. Like, we did try, and it was just like, so it was a really painful 5 years. That's about how long of all that went on for. So I had all but just given up. Her and I were like, okay, we're just done doing this, going through this. And then one day, I was mowing the yard, and she comes outside, and I'm like, I knew instantly. I'm like, she's pregnant. I could just tell on her face. I was just like sitting there on the mower. I'm like looking at her, and she comes up and she had it in her hand. And I'm like, it was wild that I knew. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna have me another girl, and I just convinced myself. And then we didn't. My daughter got told and kept it a secret. You know, she had the envelope and everything.
Oh, okay.
And then we had a special day where it was either I was gonna pull the thing to blow out the fireworks. It was either blue or red. So it was a surprise to me. And I was just like, yeah, having another girl, and boom, blue comes out.
Oh, man, you must have.
My whole life, it was legitimately probably one of the biggest surprises in my life.
That is super awesome, man.
Do you know, like, you would have been okay with it being another girl though, right? Like,
yeah, I love my daughter.
That's the state of mind.
Yeah, my daughter's, such a cool person, and like, I'll, if I have another one of her, it'll be good, But
that's amazing, man. Congratulations. Yeah, my wife cried when we did the fucking reveal on our second kid because she was so dead set that it was going to be a girl, and we already had a boy, and she was ready for a girl, and she was like, it's all girl. And we did a cake, and the inside of the cake was either blue or pink, and they cut it, and it was blue, and she started crying.
Oh,
Everybody there was like, "Oh, Amy." I was like,
Oh, she's so happy.
Exactly the disappointment I didn't want.
Yeah, that shit is great, man. Well, congratulations. I was gonna say an underrated Adam Sandler movie to watch with your kids, and Mike, you can do this with the girls. Bedtime Stories. It's a kids movie, really good. It's actually like one of his better movies, I think, and it doesn't get the burn because it was made for kids. So, number 4.
If you could pull in any heavyweight in the world right now for a fight in the BKFC, who would you choose?
Tyson Fury.
Yes.
Francis is obviously there. He's a big name, but dude, I'm sorry. Francis is, a whole bunch of things. Super cool guy. I've got to meet him several times. Phenomenal fighter. But Tyson Fury's the man. Like right now, nobody pulls worldwide like he does. So, I mean, that's just a phenomenal fight. Like a chance to fight him, let's just do it. I'm going at him with everything, but I don't. It's just to have that chance would be awesome.
Yeah, it would definitely.
I asked somebody last week. We asked Reggie Barnett last week. If you had to pull a heavyweight boxer from the history of boxing, prime Tyson Fury against prime heavyweight, who are you putting up against Tyson Fury that will beat him?
Oh, you asking me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. I'm going to ask you. I asked Reggie Barnett. He said Joe Louis.
Oh, I would think most people would say prime Tyson. Just the guy who was an animal as his prime. Tyson, though, is very tall.
6'9", yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the fucking guy knows range, and I think that he might have been the guy to give Tyson the little Tyson. Tyson is shorter and had a different style. I'm not – the only reason I even give a shit about boxing right now is because of Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Outside of him, I've never watched or gave a shit about boxing.
Really?
Except for Mike Tyson. We grew up as kids playing Nintendo and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. So that's Mike Tyson. And it's kind of wild the impact he's had. To be
I saw something yesterday that said that when he retired from boxing, he was bankrupt and in $60 million in debt, and he has made over $400 million with his businesses since then.
Yeah, not boxing.
Isn't that awesome? Like, that's
because of his name. And
it's unreal.
He came off like a guy that wasn't capable. Yeah, he showed everybody. He's like, fuck you.
He was 60 million in the hole, and now he's worth $400 million. That's fucking nuts to me.
I think everybody in the world knows him.
Oh yeah. Everybody knows Mike Tyson. It's fucking crazy. Hey, did you ever beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out?
I can't say I did.
I never did either.
No.
I'm a gaming guy, but like my gaming, like I was 5 years old when Nintendo came. I was like 4. I was like 4 years old when Nintendo came out. So I was little during those years of Nintendo. Yep. And when I got really into it, I wasn't going backwards playing those games. I was always playing the newest stuff. So I can tell you this, though, real quick for your next question. Ridge Racer for the original PlayStation. I am the fucking man.
Ridge Racer?
Nice.
Game, what the hell is his name? Funko Land. Do you guys remember, like, Funko, fucking, they sold and did video games for GameStop? They had a championship. And then Ridge Racer was the game they picked. And I owned it.
No way. That's fucking awesome. Mike's a big gamer, so he would.
I am. I loved your Kratos picture that you posted a little while back, That was really cool. That God of War game is fantastic. The new one.
Fun with it. It's no Elden Ring, but it was fun.
It's really fun. It's definitely not nowhere near as hard as Elden Ring. But, yeah, love games.
All right, Big Ben, last question. What's the most ridiculous fact that you know?
That San Diego is actually named after a whale's vagina.
Yes. That is exactly what
I don't
it
think
means.
that's right. Isn't it Saint Diego?
Agree to disagree.
Yeah, that's awesome. When in Rome. Man, Ben, I can't wait till this card is absolutely stacked. Headlined by Perry and Rockhold and Alvarez and Mendez. You got Beck Rollins and Misfit on there, but they got the heavyweight titans going at it. Ben Rothwell and Josh Watson, April 29th. Any final words you want to say before we let you get out of here?
Just shout out to Guerrilla Warfare, big Bareknuckle fan, backers, and obviously sponsoring me. You got Condemned. You're the underground king over there, so Condemned Labz. Shout out to them. They're two companies that are really getting behind Bareknuckle, and they're getting behind me. So check them out for supplements.
Dude, Ben, for those supplements are fucking legit too.
Yeah,
right?
Look, you get your plug in too.
Yeah,
no, I was saying earlier in this episode when we were plugging our sponsors, I was like, guys, I'm not bullshitting with you. I've been a gym rat. I'm a 22-year veteran in the Army right now, and I've been a gym rat the entire fucking time, and I've taken every supplement I can get my hands on, and like the Convict pre-workout, I feel that shit all the way into my fingertips, and it gets me like I want to just tank through a fucking wall. I swear to God. I'm like,
yeah, I think he really just put a little extra of this and that in there because he just wanted to separate himself from the rest. Because you go and there's like 100 pre-workouts.
Yeah.
And so everybody's like, oh, which one? So we need to hear it from us. Like, yeah, go try it out, man. You won't need anything else.
One of my buddies in the military, I gave him some. I was like, dude, just try some of this. And he took it, and then like I put it in a baggie like a fucking like I'm selling him some fucking drugs or something. Like, here, take this. I'm like, there's exactly 2 scoops in that bag. Put it in your drink it half an hour before you go to the gym. You'll love it. He texted me. He was like, yo, this shit is fucking legit. Soon as I finish that jar of trash that I have, I'm gonna buy one of those fucking bottles. So
Yeah,
just throw that.
Condemned Convict. You heard it. Go check them out. Rothwell 10 will get you some money off any of this stuff.
Hell yeah. Anything else, Ben?
Rock and roll, man. Ready to go. This is October. My goal is to perform well and stay injury free because I don't want this long of a layoff anymore. So I gotta impress Dave and get him excited and most importantly get the fans wanting to see me fight again. So Mr. Watson and I are gonna I'm coming to blow the roof off that place.
Denver was so good last time. Like the Denver crowd was phenomenal last time. It's in the same arena as the last one. I can't wait to get out there. You trying to get in there like what, 3 times at least this year?
It's always take a fight at a time. So my intentions in my heart want to get in there as soon as I can when I'm done. But Watson is first and foremost. He gets 100% all of my attention. He does not have to worry about me overlooking him. I don't think he's small. Motherfucker, you're 290. So we're coming to do battle.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much for coming on here. Mike, you got anything else for Ben?
Well, I put you on the spot a little bit, but you got one request here from the fans. Please do the laugh.
Yes.
On the fucking spot.
On the spot. There you go, Ben.
Spot.
Thank you very much for coming on. We will see you in Denver, my friend. See you down the road.
Good night, guys. Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Later,
Take it easy.
Thanks for coming on. Big Ben Rothwell. That guy's cool as hell.
Yeah. He is awesome, man. He's a great guy.
He really is. And he came. Okay, so he made his debut October 1st in Louisiana against Bobo, right? On the card that Quentin, Henry, and Lorenzo fought, right?
Yep.
So
I think he had it hanging up in the back there.
Oh, yeah. I think he did, actually.
I don't know if I could see it there or if I saw it in a picture before. Isn't that weird? Dude, I know what's in his house.
People are saying it in the comments. I love how all in he is with Bareknuckle. He's all in with it. He loves it. And like I was just about, like, he loves it so much. Like, this dude, I think we saw him at like 3 different events after his event.
Yeah.
Like he he showed up in Denver.
We saw him there. I know we saw him in Orlando, but that was before. And we saw him in Fort Lauderdale, and that was also we seen him in Fort Lauderdale.
We saw him in Florida after he fought, and I asked him, "Are we going to see you on Knucklemania 2 or Knucklemania 3?" And he said, "I don't know, man. I think they got somebody for me, but I'm not sure." And that was definitely in Florida after.
That was after?
Fought. Yeah. Oh. I'm pretty positive about that. Anyways, he's like all in.
He fought October. But dude.
It's fucking crazy. DJ Tony, what's up? Hey everybody, what's going on? You guys are very, very vocal in the chat tonight.
Yes.
We appreciate that. Lennox Lewis and Tyson Fury would be amazing. Yeah, I was a huge fan of Lennox Lewis in his prime for sure. Yeah. Thank you, Big Ben, for coming on. We always have Big Ben in the comments, but every once in a while we get the other Big Ben on the show. We got to go.
Look at Eric William here. Mike, I was told Oreos and sour cream
tastes like
cheesecake. Want to give it a go before y'all call it a night. Here's the thing. 100% I'd be in, but all I have is sour cream. I don't have any Oreos, I don't think. But you know what I might have is those I have them like crackers that come in 6 in a pack. They're like cookies with a fudge inside of them.
Dude, is he being serious about that?
Because he's the one.
Makes sense.
He's the one. No, I don't think he's he's the one who told me to do the what did I do? Ranch on Oreos last time?
Ranch on Oreos, yeah. Disgusting. Ugh. You're a sick fuck, you know that, Mike?
Yeah, some people say that.
Hey.
So let's get back to this odd cod.
Dude, let's get back to the odd cod.
The odd cod.
The odd cod.
BKFC 39. The odd cod.
Yeah, man. Headlined by Reggie Barnett and Daniel Alvarez. It had Jenny and Britton go at it, but we'll work our way to those two fights.
We talked about the dark fight, right?
Yeah, we talked about the dark fight.
We talked about Casey Wright and that whole Casey getting knocked back to Bellator, and basically he I think he thought this fight was going to get stopped because he never answered the ref. The ref was like, "All right, just fight, fuck it." He was like, "Wait, what? We're fighting?"
Yeah, it was really wild. And like you said, the ref probably shouldn't have let him continue.
He didn't answer him with a yes.
He didn't
just looked at him. He kind of shook his head a little bit and then looked away.
Then,
he never put his
when he didn't say anything, and the ref was like,
"All right,"
he went like this, like go, and he was like, he threw his mouthpiece in. That shit was crazy. That kid, Kyle Wright, man, he's fucking. He's built for this. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And we were standing there next to Nelson the whole time, or I was standing next to Nelson. I don't know if you were there with me.
Yeah, I was there.
Nelson kept saying, throw the right hand, throw the right hand. He won't follow the jab. What's he doing? Every time he threw the jab, he would step back. He would like throw the jab and then back up. He would throw the jab and back up. Yep. And he's like, he needs to follow that with the right hand. Throw the power right, throw the power right. And dude, the fucking one time he threw the power right, he landed that shit square, right around this region here on Casey, dropped him on his ass, knocked him silly, and then he went straight to wrestling and to spinning back kicks.
Yeah, and you could tell he was a little out of it, man. He definitely, that should have probably been ended before the double leg and the kick, but it wasn't, and we're talking about it now. That's what happened.
So then, dude, we talked to Kasim Ruffin, and he had a nice. I went back and rewatched. I thought the fight when we were there in the arena, I must not have been paying attention a lot. I thought like maybe there in the arena, I didn't think it was like the most exciting fight in the world. But then I rewatched it, and that was a good fight. It was a good back and forth, and he dropped the dude pretty good in the third or fourth round. Ended up getting the finish. It was nice for him.
It was good. Well, he had a great walkout too because he played the Pokemon theme.
Yeah,
and when he played that theme, at first I feel like everyone's like, "Wait a second, is this what I think it is?" And then when the hook basically plays, everyone started singing that shit. Or I mean, everyone, but like half the crowd singing. There was a lot of people there. It was like
they said it was 4,300 plus,
and then half of the top section. Like it was like if you look from here over from the entrance, there was like not a lot of people in the second section. But if you look from here over this way, like the whole place was filled. So it was wild. As Mike Kanowski said, what an amazing crowd in Virginia. It
really was. And we got to meet Mike. Mike, and I think his wife was there as well.
His wife was there. Yep. And Sharks Adam was in the comments somewhere. He was in here somewhere saying good to see you. So it was nice meeting you. Big Ben was there. That was cool. We could see Big Ben. Russ Maxim was there. Yeah, a lot of people. What's the next weird thing on the docket? What happened after that?
Well,
or it didn't happen.
Before we talk about that, we got to give, because we're going to talk about this guy in a little bit, but we got to give Mikey Fernier and Zach Kalmus some credit. Zach went out there and just battered Mikey Fernier, and that dude just kept getting up, man. Zach was landing fucking everything on him. Body shot, real dirty in the clinch. Power shots, body shots, beating his face up. He hit Mikey Fernier hit him with a shot in the first round that loosened his bottom teeth.
Yeah.
And from that point on, Zach never stopped the onslaught. And that guy got knocked down 3 times in the first round.
Yeah.
Which would be a 10-6, I believe, right?
Yeah.
And then 2 more times in the second round. And I swear, man, Mikey Fernier would have kept going if his gas tank wasn't on E.
Yeah, he was finished. You could tell he didn't want to give up. He just wanted to keep getting it back up. And it was like shades of Kalmus. It's exactly what Kalmus did against Bobo. Kalmus
really
kept
was
getting knocked down and just getting back up. And Bobo's like, all right, let's keep going. He just kept beating the shit out of him. He just kept getting back up. He didn't want to stay down. He tried to get back up, and he was like, dude, I can't even stand up.
It really was. You're right. Spot on with that. With Kalmus versus Bobo in Birmingham, when Bobo just kept dropping him and bloodying him, and he'd be down to like the 7 count, and we're all like, oh, it's over. And that 8
he's done.
pop up, and he'd show his hands.
But dude, the Undertaker just got
off. Zach did his thing. Mikey Fernier is a tough dude. I think he'll be back. I think he earned the boss's respect there, and Zach got the nice win.
Yeah.
Dude, I know we're jumping around here. So the arena was a hockey arena, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is where I thought we were going before.
Yeah, this is where we're going now.
That's where we're going.
So in the fighter meeting, the fighters were told this is a hockey arena. When you walk out from the backstage area onto the rubber floor is on top of ice. There could be condensation that comes up through the floor. Watch your step when you're back there from the backstage area to the ramp to walk out. Just be careful, right? That was said to the fighters in the fighter meeting. Well, James Dennis was in the holding dock, and I believe he was warming up in the holding dock and slipped and fucking blew his leg out. I don't know if he blew his hammy out or his knee or what it was.
I think it was his hammy, because that was like if we were only separated by the curtain, because it's like a rectangle PVC, probably that's what I'm imagining, with the curtain around it. It's the nice holding area that they use at all the events, halfway between the locker room and like right before they walk out. Just wait a couple minutes. Just wait.
Yeah. You go in there, and in other arenas, like there's definitely guys that like get in there and still fucking move around and stay warm, obviously, because you never know. You could be in there for 10 minutes, or you could be in there for 2. He slipped, fell. It happened like right in front of us, and we were back there. And it also happened in front of probably the best looking fight commission person we've ever seen in our entire life. I don't know. Maybe she was like a 9.
Good. Yeah.
Dude, they end up scrapping the Dustin Pig James Dennis fight. It was fucking rough to see. He was upset.
It was so crazy.
He was so pissed.
He comes out and he's like, oh, he like looks at me and he goes, oh, I just fell. I did a split. And he saw it, and he points to the commission guy, and the commission guy looks at me and goes, yup. And I'm like, well, what are you telling me for? I'm not the dude. I'm not the guy you want to tell. I'm not the guy. So I'm like, I got to get someone quick, because they're like 2 minutes away from being like, oh,
yeah,
Dennis,
they're about to walk out.
So, so I see Kevin Smith, and I'm like, Kevin, hey, this guy needs help quick. So he comes over. He's like, oh, we got to get Dr. Moosey. Dr. Moosey runs over. Dr. Moosey checks him and stuff. And then he's like, and he's fucked up. He can't fight. Like
Yeah,
clearly,
he could
can't
barely
even
he
walk.
could barely walk. It was
Couldn't walk. I had to help him like
to a
so
chair.
I was coming back, like I was looking for an interview. I can't remember who, right? So I go in the back and I see a guy like barely moving out of the corner of my eye. And it's him going up that little ramp in the back that went from the locker rooms back into the arena. And I was like, dude, you need a hand? So I didn't like grab him and help him, but I kind of walked next to him. And he actually had to stop and watch the TV in the back to watch one of the Reggie Barnett rounds before he could start walking again. So that's how much pain he was in with his legs.
Yeah,
He
sucks.
legit was hurt. He wanted to fight. I mean, obviously that's what they all do. They're like, I want to fight. I'm good. Yeah. When you walk out there, it's going to take you 20 minutes to get to the ring. How are you going to fight?
It was, that was a crazy incident. And I went and talked to Dustin Paige, and I'm
I feel
like,
bad for him, man.
Yeah. And I felt bad for James Dennis for falling, but Paige was like, he was fucking pissed. He was like, we were fucking told in the fighter meeting not to do that shit. And then he goes and fucking does it, and he slips and fucks the whole fight up. And I was like, oh, you're right. I mean, I guess you're right. But no, Feldman said after the event, for whoever will they reschedule that fight? Susan Walker's asking. I don't know if they're going to reschedule that exact fight. What Feldman said was in the, I don't know if he said it during the press conference or just in that room.
Yeah,
that
I think it was.
They're gonna
ask them during the press conference.
Yeah, maybe they. He said he's gonna try to get Dustin Paige on the May 12th South Carolina card. So hopefully he does, man.
I mean, excited to see him fight.
It definitely sucks because he's an exciting fighter. He looked like he was in incredible shape. He was ready to go. Yeah, and James Dennis is a tough dude, man. We remember he fought fucking Sawyer DP, 2 divisions higher than what he was about to fight in.
Yeah.
And
would have been nice to see him fight. And that was very odd, very weird. And this is just another weird thing to happen, right?
Yeah, Sharks Adam. That's exactly what happened. It says I thought I heard he pulled a hamstring during his slip and fall. Yes, he slipped. He fell.
He fell
right backstage.
And he landed on his dick.
Literally, dude. The ramp to walk to the ring is here. They got the curtains and the big screens.
Yep.
Right behind that shit is where he fucking slipped.
There's like a holding area where they bring the fighters as the next fight is ending, they go, okay, these people next, they walk them up, they put them in that holding area just to get them right next to the steps. So as soon as they're ready to be called, they walk up, and that's where he was, and he slipped and fell, and then hammy.
So what does that do? So what does that do?
And that's what he was saying, hammy. Right. So that's what we all think, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Yeah, the hammy. Yeah. So what does something like that do to the rest of the card, Mike?
Speeds that shit up.
Speeds that shit up. So now they go backstage and they tell Jenny and Britton, this fight just got canceled. Are you guys ready to go now? Now they had the option to say no.
Right. For how long, right?
Right. They had the option to say no, and they could have said, no, I'm not ready yet. Britton didn't even have her fight trunks on yet. But they threw their shit on. They fucking went out there and they did their thing. And I want to talk about that. This is not weird. Like this is probably the least weird fight of the entire night. I mean, most normal fight. Britton. So they go out there in front of the Virginia crowd, and the crowd's like booing, and like getting restless. And if you go back and watch that fight again, I don't understand how. Like Chael Sonnen used to say, what do you expect? It's 2 naked guys. It's 2 guys in their underwear fighting in front of a drunken crowd. They're a bunch of fucking imbeciles. I'm not saying they were imbeciles, but yes, there's a lot of there's a lot of booze going. There's a lot of drinks going. People get by that point in the night. People got a nice.
I'm willing to bet 85% of the people that watch the fights that night don't follow sports like closely.
Right?
Don't follow like combat sports like we do.
Right. So they get in there, and Britton just straight up keeps Jenny at a distance with the nonstop left hand jab. But they weren't all landing, but she just keeps throwing them out.
Kept throwing them out there.
Kept throwing them out there. Kept throwing them out there, and then she would like throw it out there enough times to set something up, and she'd follow it, and she'd land a combination, and it was perfectly executed. And on the other side of the ring, you got Jenny, who we thought was gonna, try to get in there and get dirty with her, get on the inside and close the distance. And she just did not do that the entire fight. And that was strange about the fight.
It was, I feel like she was just waiting for that perfect time to catch her because she's been working on her power. She's been working with Faria. So I know there was something there that she wanted to hit, but I feel like she waited for too long. And then at the end, when she finally started engaging, she had a little bit of success, but she wasn't able to capitalize early in the fight. And by the time she started trying to do it, at that point, it was a little too late. It was they were both a little bit tired now. I don't know if the power would have still been there or not, if she would have landed it. And there wasn't enough rounds to get it in there. So
Russ
kind of worked it out.
Russ says Feldman was upset, though. He's beaten on the ring most of the fight. Yes, because David Feldman.
He wants a bloodbath in there.
No, but he wants both opponents in the ring, putting I don't think that he thought Jenny was giving everything that she had in the fucking fight. You know what I mean? I don't think, and Jenny would probably tell you that she didn't put it all out there. She
seemed a bit disappointed at the
she did. She
post-fight.
seemed like she was tentative to throw. She was tentative to engage. And she just died at the end of that jab. The jab didn't even land all that much. It was just setting up other attacks. And when Britain would throw combinations off of a jab, she was landing them and she was hitting them. She was hitting her good. She got her cut. She knocked her down. Can I say that one of the judges must have been smoking fucking crack? I don't know. I mean, maybe. One of the judges gave one of those rounds to Jenny. I thought it was a clean 5-0. All 5 rounds were Britain Hart's. And I watched it again today, and not trashing Jenny at all. I don't think she won a single one of those 5 rounds, personally.
Yeah, it was. I didn't think it was boring though. So that's the weird thing about it. Like when I watched it in the stadium, in the arena, I didn't think it was boring. I'm like, is it just because I know both of them and I know, the beef that they have? And like, if you have that perspective, it makes you more into it. It's just like watching MMA when people are like out of it. And then you're like, no, these two are like 2 of the best jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world. And you're watching them like, holy shit, this is nuts. But everyone else is like, God damn it. Are they ever going to do anything in here? It's like, right. Oh man, I thought they're doing a lot, but it's, I wasn't bored. I thought Big Ben was going to blow a fucking head gasket out there in the VIP area. I thought his head was going to just scream off of his body and pop his lid, but
right. And her coach is in the comments there. You can't expect 2 skilled fighters to have a bar brawl. It's funny how when Turney fights like that, it's skilled, but when Britt does it, it's boring. I completely agree with you. I don't think it was boring at all. I thought
it always happens in the top.
Yeah, I thought she fought the perfect fight, and she is the champ. She went in there with a plan. She executed the plan, and her opponent didn't do anything to try to break that fucking plan and take away the belt. So congratulations to Britain. Let's move on to the main event, which is the fucking weirdest.
Oh my God, was it the weirdest? Holy shit,
dude!
I thought I was in the fucking Twilight Zone watching this thing.
So okay, when we were there in the arena, and the fight happens, and the fight starts, and you get the dump or the slam, whatever you want to call it. That moment was so weird to me because it seemed like it was so long.
Yeah.
But then when you rewatch
when
you rewatch it, he's only on the floor for like a minute and a half, right?
1 minute and 17 seconds.
Listen.
And it could be 119 if you do by the time he hits the ground, but I did it by the time he hit and then rolled and laid. And then I was like, timed it. It was 1 minute and 17 seconds.
Okay.
So when he jumps up.
So Reggie fights in a way that creates moments like this. He does jump into his opponents. He tangles with them.
Yeah,
he tries to toss. Very
aggressive.
He's very aggressive. You saw it in the Chop Corley fight. He's like tossing Chop around. Right off the rip in this fight, he gets tangled up with fucking Daniel Alvarez and like tries to like spin him and throw him against the ropes. 30 seconds later, he's on his shoulder and and Daniel
Yeah.
Alvarez goes into wrestling mode and just like dumps him, right?
Yep.
He falls and appears to be holding the back of his head. Now, this is what we see while we're there live.
Yeah.
He's holding the back of his head. He's laying on the ground. Everybody in the arena is booing the fucking windows out of the place, dude. It is absolutely the loudest
I thought it was gonna be a
boos.
brawl.
Oh my God, the booze. I'm saying like this cannot end like this. If this ends like this, it's gonna be a fucking riot in here.
Oh, it would have been horrible.
But then a minute and a half goes by and Popeye popped the spinach into his mouth and you actually heard and he fucking jumps up onto his feet like nothing fucking happened, and he starts like dancing around like he's completely fine, right?
Yeah.
But Andrew Glenn takes 2 fucking points from Alvarez.
Yes.
We're going to get into that in a second, but like that whole sequence was so fucking weird. The crowd's chanting, Reggie, Reggie, Reggie. Boom. He was like winding his boxing glove up and shit. It was the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. And then the round continues. Do we have footage?
I do. Yeah, let me see. Let's put this one in here. This is him. This is the slam, I think, right here, right? And I got it slowed down here for everyone to see. He kind of just jumps him off, like get off. So this is zoomed in, slow motion. Rolls him around. Okay, drops him good on his like shoulder blade, kind of top neck area, right? Yeah, right there. Okay. So that's that one. And then we go to between. So now that happens.
It doesn't, like, honest to God, and I know that people were like putting out different angles and shit. That right there doesn't look like he hit the back of his head at all. It really doesn't
look like he got fucking power bombed on his head and shit. But you know, here's the thing. It didn't matter because Glenn decided that he's going to take 2 points away. 2 points.
Why, Mike?
Well, let's see. Because after watching this again, I noticed between rounds that I could hear Glenn say some shit. And I was like, are you fucking, did he really just say this shit? And it's caught clean as day between rounds 1 and 2. Here we go.
Play it.
Because of the damage. He knocked him out. Okay. Stick to the plan. The back of his head.
So right there, you hear him.
Did you hear it?
I took 2 because of the damage. He knocked him out. Listen.
Play it again.
Nate, I took 2 because of the damage. He knocked him out. Okay. Stick to the plan. He hit the back of his head.
He knocked him.
I took 2 because of the damage. He knocked him out. Okay. Stick to the plan. He hit the back of his head.
Play it again. One more time.
Nate, I took 2 because of the damage. He knocked him out. Okay. Stick to the plan. He hit the back of his head.
He hit the back of his head.
Yo,
Nate, I took 2 because of the damage. He knocked him out. He hit the back of his head. So he's saying that he believes that Reggie was knocked out. And then he decided, hey, let's continue the fight. But I'll take 2 points.
Dude, if he thought that Reggie was knocked out from that slam, it should have been a DQ and the fight should have been over right there. But he didn't do that.
No.
Reggie was not knocked out. He jumped up onto his feet and acted like fucking he was completely fine.
Yeah.
And I think Reggie admitted it on the internet.
Right
there it is.
He said, I love these comments. It did hurt. Not that bad, though. He missed weight twice and slammed me out of anger. I sold it for my fans. Oh, well, I got up and beat his ass. He broke his hand, and me pointing out was mercy. So he's just saying, like, hey, listen, I got slammed. He was pissed.
Dude.
I laid down for a few seconds, got everybody fucking riled up. Then I went out there and did my thing and gave him a little bit of mercy for the last couple of rounds there by pointing out his hand. You guys can feel however you want about that. I don't know how to feel about it. But it was crazy because I'm going to go back to Glenn said he was knocked out. So he believed in his head that he was knocked out. And he said, you know what's good when someone gets knocked out? Take 2 points, let him keep fighting. Them's the rules.
Them's the rules, dude.
Is that real? Can you do that? Can you think a fighter got knocked out cold and then just take 2 points and let it continue as long as the fighter goes, I'm good?
He wasn't knocked out. That's what I'm
right.
saying. Like,
we know, right.
And Reggie,
he said he wasn't.
Right. Reggie said it himself right there. I sold it for the fans. It's so funny that shit is real. Oh man,
Yes,
that's
and
crazy.
but like for fighter safety purposes, if you're the ref and you actually believe that a fighter was knocked out cold, would you just take 2 points or would you stop the fight? So that is a little weird to me. I don't know.
Joe Ivy says my favorite part of the whole fight was when Glenn poked Reggie when he was out. Dude.
He poked him. Here's the thing. It
dude,
gets
how
even
about-
funnier because let me upload this one, and it might get a little loud when I put this on because
Are we talking about the Goldberg, the Bill Goldberg?
yes.
When when he
here we go.
tackles him and watch what
It's gonna come right on, and I'm gonna try to lower it, but
Joe Ivy wants us to get here we go. Watch this.
whoa!
Dude, the arm drag is the best part about that whole
Why
thing.
did he even do that? Why did he even do the arm drag? Look at this thing. Let's do this again. Why does he grab him by the wrist? Ready?
I don't, dude.
Ready?
This was odd. This
And then he
was
picks up his
just
mouthpiece. He twists him in a circle, and then he picks his mouthpiece up. Like, what the fuck is he doing?
dude. The crowd. Listen to the crowd. The crowd on there seems loud, but it was so fucking
Oh,
loud.
Yeah, they were awesome.
Like, what is he doing? Oh no! What are you doing? Oh God! This was an odd fucking main event, man. This was
can't-
weird.
I mean,
this is
come on.
weird.
Come on.
Wee!
Are we gonna have a chat with him? What is going
Can we
on
get-
here?
All right. I know we could get.
It's just getting funny at this point.
It really is. We got. Was he the Alan Belcher, Arnold Adams referee?
Yes.
Yes, he was. Right.
Yes, he's always
got-
doing some crazy shit, man. He's now at this point, it's like let's just let him in and let's see what happens. He's freaking come out
It's
there on
crazy.
a unicycle and start juggling.
Dude, and then to top off that main event,
Sheesh.
Daniel Alvarez comes out for the 4th round, toes the line, and Reggie points at his hand, and apparently like 4 out of 5 fingers are broken.
Yeah.
And Reggie's going, look at it. It's broken.
Yeah, it was
They're
like
broken.
gnarly.
Yeah, it was crazy. They take him
And-
over
and
to
you-
the corner.
He didn't want to stop fighting. He's like, shit, I'll fight like this.
Right. He did want to get Daniel
Yeah,
told us afterwards he was trying to like ball up his hand.
That's the thing,
Just-
though, that's the thing. And that's what a lot of fights, the fighters are not going to say that they're going to stop.
No.
Most of them are just going to keep on trying to go. So that's why you got to save them from themselves sometimes. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who sees it, but as long as someone sees it and says something at some point, then, like the ref earlier when the fight, like I feel like Casey was done. He's not going to say he's done. Even after the kick happens, he brings him to the side and goes, are you done? Do you want to continue? And the dude does not answer him. He's like looking at the ground and he's like, do you want to continue? It's like, you just asked him again. He's not going to say no. He just wants you to say no because he wants to keep fighting unless you tell him so he can be like, yo, I didn't quit. I didn't quit,
Nah,
'cause
it was
these motherfuckers
wild,
are
and
tough, man.
it ends there in a it goes down as a 3rd round TKO at the 2-minute mark. Win for Reggie.
Yeah.
He moves to 8-2 in 10 fights.
Yeah. He's
Hell of a record. The dude's definitely legit.
couple of Virginia champions with the biggest records. Like,
I know.
Pretty wild.
They both have 10 fights.
yep. And then there's not many people at that high. out
After
there.
the fight, they did the post-fight press conference, and some shit went on in there too. And I'm not too like
a lot of
some-
people know.
A lot of people know.
Everyone knows.
Yeah, everyone knows. Has it already been talked about on other podcasts?
Everybody
and shit?
knows. Everybody knows pretty much because everyone's
Yeah.
talked to has talked about it. About
Okay,
Calmus
so
getting a little crazy during the
Zach Calmus got a little fucking crazy. I don't know where he is with the company right now, and I don't know.
he got a little bit shouty.
He got a little shouty. He did some things that he probably wants to go back on big time, and he was very apologetic the next day. We saw him at 3:30 in the morning, and he said a few things along the lines of like, nobody cares about me, nobody fucking gives a fuck about me, and I had to tell him, Zach, where are you getting this shit from? Like, everyone likes you, everyone's a fan of you, and everyone cares about you. Go back to the whole dog thing, man. Like, we had people that came together to save your dog for you, dude. Don't tell me that nobody
people
gives
care
a
about
fuck
you.
about you. We love you, dude. And he's like, nobody fucking cares, blah blah blah. And then he came back and apologized afterwards. I think he thought on it a little bit. But,
yeah, and then he was super nice about it. So first of all, he said he smacked Shady up. Okay, so I wasn't there for that, but I did.
Shady did say that he got smacked.
That he slapped him. Yeah, just out of the blue. I didn't see it happen, but that's what he said. That's what Mike is saying. But he did during the press conference start yelling, and I don't know who he was yelling at directly, but he was yelling in the direction of like Tony and Dave Jr. and Nelson,
Daniel Alvarez. I guess he was flipping Daniel Alvarez off.
I have no idea who he was directing or if he was just mad in general. But then they kind of just got him out of the room.
They ended up taking him out the back of the room and removing him from the situation. And it was just, he was yelling at Alvarez.
He was yelling at Alvarez, but I couldn't figure out why.
It was the perfect way to cap off the strangest fucking night.
The odd cod. That's what I'm calling it from now on with my Rhode Island accent. It's BKFC 39, the odd cod. Very odd. Man, why yelling at Alvarez, Scott? Do you know why exactly he would be yelling at Alvarez of all people? I just don't.
I don't know. I don't know why that happened. But Shady did come over to us and was like, "Yo, I just got smacked by fucking Zach."
Yeah, like what?
We're like, what? Oh my god, it's just crazy.
If it makes anyone feel better, like Kyle said, he doesn't give him a pass, but he was definitely super apologetic and stuff. And I know we talked to him for a while. And
I think he thought about his actions.
Actually, he said this to us, and I don't think he'll be mad. He was like, "You guys, Kyle and specific, to be specific, and even Kevin Smith will back this up. He said, you told me something that I did not want to hear at the time, and I wasn't ready to accept it. So I got mad and yelled back at you.
I went
like,
away.
And then the next day he was like, you know what? He was right. Fuck it. I was
right.
Didn't want to hear it.
It's like with me in the positions that we've been in the military, like I have had to fucking get in people's asses about things, and I didn't get in his ass about anything. Not literally, Michael.
Oh, sorry.
You've seen it.
Opened up and put your foot in.
No. But like you have to. Sometimes you have to fucking ruin someone's day.
Yeah, and it gets people upset.
And like we had one of Mike's soldiers was brought to me one time. I won't say any names or anything, but I said some things that got him upset.
Yeah,
and I told him, I don't give a fuck if you're upset. You have put yourself in this situation. And you need to fucking fix it. And this is the only way you're going to fix it. And whether you like it or not, this is fucking happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was there. It was me.
He was there.
Him.
The fucking kid went and did what I had him do. And a month later, he came back and thanked me for that conversation.
And now has excelled in his career.
Right.
Yeah,
man, it was crazy. It was crazy. But in that press conference, this is not crazy. In case people didn't see the press conference, I want to say this to all media people that are at these events.
Oh yeah.
There was only 2 people that were in that press conference that had anything to say or were willing to say anything. And it was myself and Mike. It was us.
Yeah. I didn't ask any questions though.
Yeah. Me and Mike will consult with each other. Yeah. Me and him will talk about what we're going to talk about. And I'll ask the question. Susan Singari. It was just us and Susan. Nobody else. Nobody in the fucking we got in the press conference room and you could hear a pin drop in that bitch. Like everybody was so quiet. We're like, what the fuck is going on here? This is weird.
Yeah, everyone's didn't we just have a happy time just now watching people beat each other up?
Yeah, it was crazy. But in that press conference, Britton Hart said that she wants to fight Fanny Palumpi in Thailand.
Mm-hmm.
She said she was supposed to fight her twice now. I want Fanny Palumpi, and I want to fight her in Thailand. I want to go worldwide with these guys, with this company, and I want them to send their champion to Thailand to beat her up. And I think that they should do that. I think it's a great idea. I think they've had too many problems getting foreign fighters to the United States to fight. The foreign fighters that are in the that have been fighting here live here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, a
Fucking
lot of them do.
Dimitri Angelini's living in Virginia now. Grosu,
Kyle
Stanislav
Goodjohn
Grosu
lives there now.
Tyler Goodjohn, Brutal Boswick is a Miami resident. You know what I mean? It's like all the
People who've had to travel and made it here have had a tough time.
they've had a tough time. I think it was it's an aftermath of the fucking damn COVID shit. Man, I don't know, like ever since COVID, travel has been a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
So what they should do, and I asked David about
People
it in the
just can't
press
get their shit
conference,
together after
and
this whole thing went down. It's weird.
and Feldman said in the press conference that he would rather bring the foreign fighters to American soil and have them fight over
Yeah.
here in front of the American crowd. And I get that. I love that actually. But because of all the difficulties that they've had getting these people over here, why not take Britain and take like Palomino or someone like that and bring Britain over there, let her fight Fanny, and let somebody fight Buakaw or Sanchai. Let fucking Palomino and Sanchai fight over there. They'll sell out an arena. That'll do it.
Yeah.
I know that they've been having a hard time selling the fucking shows over there, but you put 2 American fighters, over there, fighting 2 huge fighters over there, it would work, man. I think they should do that. What do you think, Mike?
I think the reason is money mostly. I just think they have more to make here with the stars, so they don't want to waste a star card overseas by bringing the big names overseas. I don't think that they'll do as well over there with live crowd and attendance that they will. Obviously, people watching is going to be the same on the app and shit like that. But I don't know if in person, if the attendance is going to be big, like a Knucklemania. So if you're putting a good card together.
Well,
but,
then
that's what I think the thought process is with that. Let's bring them over here and put our guys, because we know we can go to these places like Denver and Albuquerque and stuff and Virginia and sell a whole shitload of tickets.
Then
that's a big moneymaker,
So then the only fights that kind of makes sense for Britain now going forward would be Andy Wynn, who's about to box this weekend against the other Wynn on the Gamebred card. Hopefully she comes out of there unscathed, and then they could make that fight in summertime somewhere. Or Taylor Starling come down to 115 and fight Britain. That would be fucking fun.
Yeah, I'd like to see Taylor Starling come down and fight. There's who knows what's going to happen here, because Jamie Hinshaw is now pregnant, right?
Yep.
So that's she's not gonna be fighting anytime soon, which kind of gets her she's out of that. She was in the talks here. She's
she was.
up, right?
I was saying that she should fight Andy Wynn, and the winner of that should be the next title contender. That's what I thought. But now she's out of the picture.
Yep, for good reason, but that changes things up here. So who knows? You got Fanny Palompi there, and who does Jenny Savage fight next?
Right. Yeah, it's very interesting. They don't have a whole ton of options there.
Marina Kaufman, where is she? Where's I know what you're gonna say.
Felice Herrig.
Yes. Where is she?
I mean, it would piss everybody off that Felice Herrig would come in and get a fight against Britain, but where is she?
Or have her fight Jenny.
Have her fight Jenny. Have Felice fight
and
Andy Wynn.
Fight Britain. Or Andy Wynn fight Felice. Right.
Yeah. So where is she? Yeah, I don't know. That's an option. And then one more thing that was said in that press conference, and then we're going to pretty much wrap up the show because we've been going for an hour and a half now.
Yeah.
Reggie Barnett pretty sternly called out John Dodson without saying it, refused to say his name, but he did call him a little bitch. And he was like, that little bitch wants to say that I was supposed to fight him on the Knucklemania card. That never was supposed to happen. That's fucking made up bullshit. I would never turn down a fight against him. Are you fucking crazy? I'm not saying his name because it doesn't warrant me saying his name, but you all know who I'm talking about. He's talking about John Dodson.
Because it's from that. Yeah, because the video that we put out there that when he said that.
Yeah, he said that he ducked him.
Yeah, he did. I think. Do I have that over here? I don't know where I saved it. But yeah, he said that if anyone doesn't know watching this, that John Dodson told us when we were at Knucklemania, he came up and said, "Hey, when I went over to what did he go to China to fight?
He went to Russia.
When I went over to Russia to fight, I was supposed to be fighting Reggie, but when I came back, Reggie wasn't on the contract anymore. So basically he was saying Reggie ducked me and now I had to fight Jared Grant. But now that I won, now I want to fight Reggie because that ass whooping was for him. So then Reggie came on, and even Reggie's mom, Kim, the momager, they were saying he's next. So
you're welcome, Mr. Caruso. He says, shit, y'all covered half my ride home from NC. There you go. You're welcome.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, shit. The poster. We're supposed to give away the poster.
Let's do the goddamn poster. You want to do the poster?
How do you want to do the poster, Mike?
Let's see. We can get a good question going here, I think. What do you think? I am going to go. Okay. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the Barnett versus Alvarez card, right? And I'm going to pick a random fight here. Like, let's do the Wright Casey fight, right? And let's look at the fight stats. And we're going to ask people right now, quick, look it up. We're going to say, what were the total amount of punches thrown by
both
Kyle
fighters
Wright
combined? Oh, Kyle Wright.
All right, both fighters combined.
Both fighters combined.
Thrown punches, both fighters combined. Yep. And I'll do my math real quick.
I'll do my math as well with a calculator.
Yep, I'm going to do a calculated math right now.
The first person to tell us the total combined punches thrown in the Casey versus Wright fight will win a signed poster. 125 is incorrect.
240 incorrect. 56,365. There it is.
Incorrect.
No,
139.
It's the total combined thrown punches.
Not landed. Thrown.
Thrown.
Oh,
thrown.
Wait. 397.
There
397. There you go.
We've got a winner here, and it is Falcon 09.
Falcon 09. You are the winner of. You want to pull that poster back up?
Check beautiful poster. This is not the signed copy here, but the signed copy is coming to you courtesy of the Extreme BK Fans page. So if you're not following that page, get over there and follow Extreme BK Fans. Run over there by our buddy Russ Maxim and Big O Country.
Big Country. That is the correct answer. 397 combined total punches thrown in the Pat Casey versus Kyle Wright fight. Congratulations, Falcon 09. We will, if you can message us on Instagram.
Yeah, because he's up on YouTube's right now.
He's on YouTube. So go to our Instagram, _Mish_accomplished. If you're not already following us, go follow us on there and DM us your address. We'll get it to the right people, and that poster will be headed your way, my friend. And we're going to be doing other giveaways. We're going to work like teaming up with the BK Extreme fan page. Russ and Country are awesome dudes. We hung out with them down there. We went to a damn restaurant or a bar called Hell's Kitchen, and it's not the Hell's Kitchen that from the show at all. It's Hell's Kitchen because the waitress couldn't get one single thing right the entire time we were there. And when I tell you nothing, she got nothing right. And by the way, if you order a Sprite at a restaurant, and I know a lot of people, maybe they don't know how it's made, but if you get it and it doesn't have the flavor in it, the syrup isn't in it, would you call it spicy water? Because that's what she called it. And I thought that was particularly very funny. Spicy water.
Soda water, spicy water.
Total punches landed between the two of them was 269 out of 397 punches thrown.
Wild.
That's your answer there, Mr. Farley, who asked.
Yes.
It was Casey was 166 punches landed, 67 missed, and Wright landed 103 and missed 60. So they were humming them in that fight. It was a fucking.
I love that fight. That was my favorite fight of the night, and that's
it. Was the best fight of the night.
Going on the list for comeback of the year, right? Got to
start that. Will not win.
Yeah.
Will not win.
will not win, but it's going on the list.
Lorenzo Hunt has
Yep.
already sealed
That's
that
a
one.
really good one. Yep. That is a good one.
I'm not too positive that
Anyone ever
anybody-
going to beat that this year? That was right in the beginning too.
Somebody would have to get pummeled for like 2 or 3 rounds. I guess
He got pummeled for like 3 rounds, and then he
2 rounds, and then he did it,
2
dropped
rounds,
him in the third. Yeah,
he was getting beat up.
But
easily.
the moment, like Lorenzo
it was a
getting
huge
knocked,
moment.
coming off of a knockdown
Yes.
with a walk off, fucking lights out knockout. That just, I feel like that's the one, but we'll see.
It is.
We'll see, because you
It
know
is
what,
really
our
good.
award show is a fan vote, so
You just never know what's going to happen.
you never know, man.
You never know.
Never know.
Oh, you know what I saw in the comments before? We'll just keep going. We're getting off, but we're staying on. We're going to be off in 1 minute, but we're staying on for 20 more minutes. Okay, that's how this goes. This is us every day.
Yep, this is it.
I
This is
saw
us.
someone say that Ryan Reber was fighting
this weekend.
this weekend. And
I
I
didn't
looked
know
at
that.
the card, and I don't see his name on there yet.
Who said
But
that?
that's pretty wild. Somebody said
Guerrilla
that earlier.
Warfare said that, right?
Yeah. Yes. That's right.
If,
Shane's on here,
Shane,
and I think he said that.
Who is he fighting? I didn't
Well,
like. If you look up the card, is he even listed?
No, he's not. Well, not on Tapology. He's not on there. Let me look up Ryan Reber.
Is he
right
boxing
now.
on GameBread, or is he boxing on a different card?
I thought he said GameBread. Let's see. When I search him,
Let's.
when I search him
The
up,
Combat
let's look.
King says Ryan Reber is a fart knocker.
Fart knocker. That's a good one. I like fart knocker. That's fucking
funny.
great.
That is
Yeah,
funny.
Ryan doesn't have anything posted about it that I can find here. And I looked up the card on Tapology, and I don't see him there. So I wonder who fell out. That is that weight.
Yeah.
Who do you think?
I don't know.
Who do you think?
I'll reach out to Ryan after.
Look at. See, that is his mom, I believe. Here, Shannon Reed.
Is it
Masucci? Maybe, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but she said he is boxing Saturday. So
on the
who's his
GameBread
opponent?
card. No, but I'm saying, like, can she confirm? Is it he's boxing Saturday night? Yes. Is that the? Yeah, on the GameBread.
Yeah, I thought Guerrilla Warfare said on the GameBread card.
I fucking love that. Good for him, man. I hope he does well, because we like Ryan very much on this show. He's a good dude.
That's right.
Wow.
This guy right here is from Connecticut. See, and he knows. His friends. We actually work with one of his friends' brothers, right?
Right. One of his best friends is our friend Brian's younger brother.
Yeah.
So, yeah, small world. Like we always say, when Mike and I first went to that Orlando card, and they said, fighting out of Clearwater, Florida, by way of New London, Connecticut. Me and him looked at each other.
Wait, what?
Because Mike was
we
like over
worked
there,
there.
and I was over here, and we were both holding cameras. And I looked over at Mike, and I'm like, who? And
We're
then
always there.
Yeah, after the weigh-ins, I went over to him. I was like, yo, you're from New London? He goes, yeah, where are you from? And I'm like, dude, I'm from Norwich. I'm like right up the street. And I don't live in Norwich anymore, but I literally live 15 minutes from New London right now. It's crazy. And we know a bunch of the same people. So we ended up getting cool with each other. And then good for him, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Man, I'm getting that card. 100% watching that card.
Yeah, I'm watching.
There's no doubt about it.
There's too much to see on that.
Too
card.
much. Too much.
And you got Andy Wynn against is it Bywin? Is I say it? Bywin?
Yeah.
Andy Wynn versus By. It's the win-win fight.
They said they fought like 2 other times before this too.
They did.
It's gonna be their third fight.
Cage. King of the Cage. They fought twice in King of the Cage.
I see.
Look
at that. We got Jacoby Lowry's in here. Bowls, Beers, and Brawls. We got Shannon Reed Masucci. We got Michael Quigg is here.
Uncle
Combat King. Scott Farley. Look at these. Uncle Pete. Rick Caruso. What is happening?
Yeah, man. I love it. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you to Big Ben Rothwell for coming in. I'm sorry
share, subscribe.
Share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Do
You
boys a solid,
Oh, hey, one more thing. Jesus
One
Christ. One more thing. Brian Sosha. I love this fucking guy.
Yeah, me too.
I love Brian Sosha. So in the press conference, before anything happens, Feldman gets the room, right? He calls the room to attention, basically. gets everybody to
Yes. Oh yeah, I have this on video.
and he says, before we kick off the press conference, we have, and I wish I remember the Master Chief's name from the Navy. Master Chief.
I have it here, but
I don't know his name, but this Master Chief from the Navy was there. And he goes, he'd like to say a few things. And the guy's holding like a gift bag. And so he gets the floor and he's in front of everybody, all the fighters, and he's in front of media, in front of all the BKFC people. And he's like, my name is Master Chief, blah, blah, blah. About a month back, this guy called me and he points at Brian Sosha and he's like, he talked to me and he said he wanted to do something for my guys, the sailors down here. And he told me that his grandfather was in World War II on USS Langley, and he was the biggest influence in his life. He loved his grandfather more than anybody in the world, and he always looked up to him, and being a war veteran and blah, blah, blah. It was super nice. It was like very nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
And then he gives Brian the bag, and in the bag is like one of those veteran hats that you'll see like Army and Navy and Marine Corps veterans wearing it. But he gave him a USS Langley retirement hat.
Yep.
And he says, this is a hat that your grandfather would have worn around, proudly for his time served in World War II. Then he gives him the the coin. He gives him a USS Langley challenge coin, gives him that, which is awesome. And then he shakes his hand and he has the Master Chief coin in his hand. He coins him there. Boom. Also gave him a shirt, and it was like a challenge coin for those who are not in the military is a pretty special thing. You have to have done something really, outstanding. You have to have stood out and like.
Do you want to see it?
See the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, play it.
Okay. Let's see if this works. If it doesn't work, I apologize.
Call from my man here. He called me within the first 5 minutes. He was talking to me. He was like, "Hey, look, I want to tell you a little story about my grandfather." And he talked to me about how his grandfather served in World War II on the USS Langley. So I did my little research, and I wanted to make it special for him, making it special to me. So on behalf of the ComNav Surfland Chief Mess and all of the chiefs, the first class is here. I got chief petty officers. I got chief petty officers here, and we wanted to give you this gift. Please accept this on behalf of us. My honor. Thank you.
I'm an emotional guy. I'm very close to my grandfather, so I apologize if I get a little. This is very nice, thank you. So my grandfather's on the USS. Get out of here, dude. Oh wow. The USS. Thank you so. I got chills. The USS Langley. This was his ship in World War II. This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Brian's such a good dude,
oh my
too.
God, dude. Thank you. My family's gonna go nuts. I'm gonna put it next to his plank.
I got you a U.S. Navy shirt. I got him a ball cap that his grandfather would have worn back in World War II, and I got a patch for him, for his grandfather, and a challenge coin that his grandfather would have had.
This is incredible. Thank you so much, guys.
That was very cool, man.
Thank you for what you guys do. We appreciate you, and we're glad you guys have come out. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening about my grandfather. That's an honor, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a really cool moment there. So I was like, oh, I got this on my phone. Let's see if we can pull it up real quick here.
Yeah, it was cool. And we talked to Brian afterwards. He was definitely like, he was feeling a certain way about that. Because he really did. He after all that happened, he told us how much his grandfather really was a special person in his life. And he didn't know what a challenge coin was, and he didn't know really what any of that stuff was. So Mike and I kind of explained it to him. So he's like, I'm like, what you need to do now is get a picture of your grandfather in his Navy uniform framed, put it on a table in your house with the hat and the coin and an American flag, and fucking you got a little mural to your gramps there for the rest of your life. And he's like, I'm gonna do something like that. Yeah, it was awesome, man.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Definitely a good dude. I wouldn't fucking. I mean, I would never have a bad word to say about that guy for real. He's fucking good dude.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So anyway, I mean, we went for an hour and 15 minutes. No. I think we did it there. Let's end on a good note. That's awesome. Thank you guys very much.
Lucky Andrew Glenn weren't there to mess up that moment. Yeah, I know, right? Something would have happened. Flagrant foul.
Oh my God. All right. Well, tomorrow night we got 2 guests. We're gonna try it again with our boy Superfly Chancey Wilson tomorrow night. And then we're going to have Roberto Armas, who's boxing this weekend. Is he fighting Reber?
That's right.
Yo, Reber, who are you fighting?
Maybe.
Did he say? Ryan.
No, I don't think they said yet.
He said, "What's up, boys?" Is he fighting Roberto Armas?
I don't know. Ryan's coming on. Oh, Ryan's coming on now. Yeah. There he is.
No, he's not. Okay. I wonder who he's fighting. Anyways, we have Roberto Armas and Chancey Superfly Wilson tomorrow night. And then, guys, pay attention. Tune in tomorrow night.
Which means that we'll have Albert Inclon in the comments, I'm sure. I can't wait to see him in there.
Maybe we'll do another giveaway tomorrow night. How about this? We'll do a couple giveaways tomorrow night. We'll do some Bareknuckle corn snacks. I got a bunch of different flavors here.
Yeah.
We'll give some of those out, and then we'll maybe give out some autographed pictures from the last event. That's tomorrow night. Roberto Armas, Chancey Wilson. Because after tomorrow night's show, you guys will not have the Mike and Mish show for 2 full weeks.
Yep.
I don't know what you're gonna do with yourself.
We'll throw some stuff together, hopefully, and get some stuff out there. Share some videos we haven't shared before. Maybe go back and dig in the crates, as they say, and try to find some stuff, because us 2 guys are going on 2 separate vacations.
Yeah, we're both taking our families on vacations, and it's gonna go over the Wednesdays and Thursdays of each week for the next 2 weeks. So
we got to go on like 16 trips, just Kyle and I, and the family said we need a trip now. And we were like, hell no, we just want to go on trips with each other. And they were like,
do you guys want to know something funny?
It's over between
me
us.
and him. Our families were both scheduling vacations, right? And then we did not talk to each other about what vacations were going on. Him and I are going to be like,
we're 2 days apart.
He's going 2 days before me.
Days we're going to be at the same place.
And we're going to be like 2 hours apart from each other in Florida. Right? You're going to be in Orlando, and I'm going to be like Tampa.
No, I'll only be there for like a couple days. We're going to be in Tampa one of the days.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to try to maybe go visit our good buddy Matt McClellan and DJ Tony out there, and maybe even drop by on the Shift MMA guys if I get in touch.
Dude, you know what? I told Amy, I said, the day we go to Busch Gardens, Tournament de Pizza is 30 minutes from Busch Gardens. Why don't we run over there and say what's up to everybody and get pizza?
Yeah. I want that damn pizza we had. The what the hell was the name of it? It was ridiculous. Remember, I had like buffalo chicken and oranges on it. It had mandarin. I've never even heard of this in my life. It had peppers, mandarin oranges, buffalo chicken, cheddar cheese, mozzarella. It was insanely good. It might have been called Shockingly Delicious is what it was called.
Shockingly
Delicious. Because it was paired with a shock top.
Yes, in the orange. Yes, the orange. You put orange in a shock top. You have the oranges on your pizza. That's what it was.
I could not believe how good that pizza was. I've been thinking about it ever since.
Yeah, and Scott Farley's right. See, we're saying that we're taking the families on trips and shit. We're talking about going to visit everybody. And Scott Farley says, and they said you're on vacation, no fight stuff.
Yeah, no fight stuff. And then we go, let's go get pizza. You see, come on, family, we're gonna go get pizza. So that's hopefully we can go there and do that, because I think there's a good aquarium out in Tampa. So I'd like to go to the aquarium and then bring the girls to get some pizza with their cousins and aunts and
to be honest with you guys, there's a good possibility that I have to go to a 3-month-long school for the Army.
Oh, well, you'll have to do the school.
I will be able to do the show at night from the school for sure. Like
I did.
Like you did. So, but there is a possibility that I might be in like Cocoa Beach, Florida for 3 months.
Cocoa Beach.
Yeah.
I've been
down at Space Force. I'll be down there at Space Force. Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's enough of us. We've gone for almost 2 hours tonight and only had one guest, and I hope you guys all enjoyed the show. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for tuning in. Mike, do you have anything else?
Share.
Hey,
Love
and
you all.
I think we get stars. I don't know what stars are.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's something I forgot about for the 30th time. We
I don't know what
finally
that
get
is.
stars. Basically, what you can do is you buy the stars, you donate or send the stars to us during the show, and it basically is like kind of like sponsoring, but not really. You say, hey, listen, I like you so much, and you look so damn good. I want to give you $1 Okay, holla for $1, buck for $1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
And that's
All
how
right,
it goes.
man. Let's talk to these guys tomorrow night too. I don't have anything else to say, and it's really late. We got to work in the morning. So
All right.
peace.